Okay, we're back. I just went kickboxing and did a 8K run. Anyways, let's get to the next question. Roman to integer. How many easies are there? I don't want to do easies forever. There's like what? 100, 111, 12, 118, 19, 21, boom, 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 boom. 500 million easies. Okay, I'm not gonna do all 500, obviously. Maybe we'll do like 30 for this easier series. But I'm no expert by any means, right? I'm just another normal dude trying to get better at solving these and maybe help some of you guys solve these. All right. Okay, let's take a look at this. Roman to integer. All right, one sec. Let me just protein shake. One sec. I need to break half a protein shake. JK. Roman numerals are represented by 7 different symbols: IVX, LCD, liquid crystal display, JK, and M. I equals 1, V equals 5, X equals 10, L equals 50, C equals 100, D equals 500, M equals 1,000 million. Okay. For example, 2 is written as 2 in Roman numeral. Just 2 ones added together is written as just 2 ones added together. For example, 2 is okay. 12 is written as 10, 2, which is simply x plus thing. Number 27 is written as XX VII. Okay, so that's 2 10s, a 5, and 2 1s. Roman numerals are usually written largest to smallest from left to right. However, the numeral 4 is not 4. Instead, number 4 is written as IV, because 1 before 5, we subtract making it 4. The same principle applies to number 9, which is written as there are 6 instances where subtraction is used. I can be placed before V, 5, and X 10 to make it 4 and 9, okay? And X can be placed before L, 50, to make it 40, and C to make it 90, okay? X can be placed before thing, okay, because X is 10, so 10 before the 50, 10 before the 100, okay, and C can be placed before 500, so anything basically before 5s and 10s is a subtraction. This is already, I'm not gonna lie, this is already kind of messing with my brain. Like, okay, cool. Given a Roman numeral, convert it to an integer. Okay. So input, I. Output, 3. Explanation, I is 3. Okay, cool. Input, L is 50. V is 5, 3 is 8, 58. LV5. No, LV3. LVII is 55, 3, 58. Okay, cool. MCMXCIV. I'm just gonna pretend I know what the fuck that means. Oops. MCMXCIV. No idea. Okay, so M is 1,000. CM is 900. XC is 90. IV is 4. So they pretty much did a whole case where it's like one of these subtraction cases, one of these like, you know, thingamabobs. The way I'm thinking, okay, so constraints. S length is less than 15. Okay, so basically they're saying it's not going to be longer than 15 characters. Oh, less than or equal to 15. And less than or equal to 1. Okay, so it'll be 1 to 15 characters in length. This could be an odd number or an even number. S contains only the characters IVX LCDM. Okay, it is guaranteed that S is a valid Roman numeral in the range of 1 to 3,999. Okay. So the way I'm thinking of doing this is this. What's the objective here? Given a Roman numeral, convert it to an integer. Okay. So, looking at this, the first thing I'm going to do is I might want to create a sort of dictionary. A dictionary meaning that I want to kind of create... where's my face? I want to kind of create like a... One sec. Let me just add this here. Video capture device, laptop. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create the dictionary so I can kind of reference what each of these values means. And then I have to find a way to create groupings of these cases where things aren't ideal. So in the case where there's an I before a V, all right, I can group this together and then create 4 and 9. Or like, for example, I and V and I and X and create 4 and 9. So I can actually just solve this problem pretty easily by creating some sort of a dictionary. Do they have a sort of editorial? Okay. Do they have a whiteboard? So let's try it in the whiteboard. This thing. So web whiteboard, collaboration. Is it free? What the hell, bro? No sign required. Boards expire after 24 hours. Okay, cool. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. Okay. Okay. So let me see if you guys can see this. Can you guys see the magic of this whiteboard? Okay. So basically, what I want to do here is there's a bunch of stuff, like all these numbers and Roman. I don't even know Roman numerals like that. All right. I saw Sundial in Hercules the movie, and that's all I fucking know about this shit. So what I'm gonna do here is like a practical approach, right? I'm gonna do what I know I can do, try and solve it in English. So let's create a visual. Okay, let's take. Can I paste stuff from here? What if I take this and I paste it? Can I paste it on this whiteboard? Oh, I can paste it on this whiteboard. I'm a genius. Okay, so I paste it on this whiteboard. Then I'm gonna take the special rules and paste it on this whiteboard. The levels of intellect that go into this. Okay. So here we have, I want a nice little cool, I want to use a pen. What does this look like? Okay, cool. This is my first time using this app. There's some fancy tools you guys have now. Okay, so there's 1, 5, all this. So I'm going to take all the known values. What the hell? So I'm going to take all the known values and I'm going to create a dictionary. So this is my dictionary. Why does it keep drawing? I'm not trying to draw. Alright. Whoa. Yo. Whoever, like... So this is the dictionary. Let's call it D. Dict. This is the best I can write on this scratch pad. But basically what I'm trying to tell you is there's a bunch of rules we don't know about, and we don't need to be intimidated by this because we have a lot of known values. We have a map as to what we're looking for here. All right? So if we know what we're looking for and we know what everything is, we can reference these things. So when you want to reference something, if you're just looking at values, you can use a list. If you have some sort of map, so it's like this contains this, so this box contains peanut butter, and this box contains jelly, and this box contains Nutella, right? That's when you want to use a dictionary. Because you're like, all right, box 1, Nutella, box 2, boom. And the lookup time is like O of 1. So it's like super fast to look something up. Whereas if you have a list, you have to go through each little point on the list and then it'll take O of n time, right? So 500 inputs is 500 seconds in worst case. With a dictionary, 500 inputs is still 1 second. 1 input is 1 second. 1,000 inputs is 1 second because it's O of 1 time, right? So what I'm trying to explain here is now we could take this shit here, stick it in this dictionary, and then I'll tell you the magic trick after. So I know a lot of you guys are like, how come this guy's not coding yet? How come he's not coding? All right, but like, yo, it's like, if you can't solve it on a whiteboard or in English, like there's no point in even writing code. It's like, how are you gonna write something you can't conceptualize with words? Right? Because code is also a language. So this is I. This is V. So you see, I'm just going to make a dictionary. I'm going to create string inputs of each of these cases here. So let's say I go all the way down, I equals V, V equals 5. And then, so let's say I list out all these things up until M. And that will be 1,000. I should have attached my mouse, but whatever. This is all on my scratch pad. Most of you guys don't even use a mouse either, so it's like, whatever, all right? So I put all these values in the dictionary, okay? So now, I'm not gonna stop there. They give us some extra rules here. It says I can be placed before V and make 4. I can be placed before X and make 9. So I'm gonna go I, V, and that's going to be 4. So this is also going to be string character here. And then it's going to be L, C. And then, IX. IX. And that's going to be 9. Right? And then I'm going to go through all these cases. Right? So now, basically, without actually knowing Roman numerals, I could just take all the worst case scenarios and any scenario basically and just look it up in the dictionary and I'll have the value. So now the next question is, okay, what if you go through all these strings here and then you want to, so for example, let's look at this one here. Let's paste this on the whiteboard. All right, MXC, MC, MX, CIV. Right, so how do you know how to accurately split these items? Right, and in this case, I'm going to say you check whether the string length is odd or even, and then you just split it up in twos. So for example, if it's odd, I split it up in ones, and I just add. Right, so if it's 3, boom, 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 I get 1, 2, 3, add. Right, if I get 3, 4, 5, okay, so if I split it up into ones, it should be L, V, X, or whatever the hell. This is my hypothesis, like I could be wrong here, but this is my attempt at solving it. I can adjust as I go, but this is my current logic. It's like, okay, if it's like a length of 5, I'll split it up by ones. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? If it is this, IV is 4, XC, CM, and then M. So all I have to do is split these by twos. So if the length is greater than 2, I can just split these in twos. See what I'm saying? So like I could just go look at the pen. So this whole string now becomes IV. MX, boom, and then no IV, MC, no XC, CM, and then M. So by doing this, now I could just reference each split item and just add them from the dictionary. Let's go. Okay, group 1, look it up in the dictionary. Okay, that's 4. Group 2, CM, look it up in the dictionary. So CM is 900. Boom. Something here. Then I go MX. Oh no, XC. XC is let me see. X410 90. Boom. And then I just add each of these groupings from this dictionary that references the value, and then I can basically get my answer. So let's start by doing that. Let me start by defining in a dictionary. So let's call this, I usually call dictionary stores. It's just what I'm actually doing. I'm storing. Dictionary in Python. Dictionaries. Yeah, so you just take a string, curly brackets, and then you just reference values. So I'm going to go strings and then integers on the right side based on the rules. Worst case, if I get stuck, I'll just chat GPT it. Screw it. Right? It's like I get better as I go. I weigh about around the ballpark of 185 to 190 pounds, so I have to eat at least. So if I go 190 worst case times 0.7 grams of protein, I have to consume at least 133 grams of protein per day. So that means like, that's why I have to like drink these shakes like at the weirdest times, just to like make sure I hit my protein goals for the day, so I don't lose muscle mass. And so my body uses the fats and the carbs as my fuel, right? I'm not like lacking in protein, so it's not going to eat the muscle because it needs like food or whatever the hell. I'm no nutritionist by any means. I'm just a gym bro science. Have a lot of protein. Okay. Wait, why did I open VS Code? Okay, so let's go back to the stores. So right now I'm just gonna create strings. Maybe this is why it was an easy question, because they know people are just gonna make a dictionary. So I equals 1, boom, V. V is 5, boom, X is 10. Okay, L is gonna be 50. C is going to be 100. D is going to be 500. Okay. M is going to be 1000. Okay. Now we get to the fun rules where it's like, okay, I can be placed for V, and I can be placed for X for 10 to 9. So I can be placed for V, IV. It's going to be 4. And this is a dictionary, so it doesn't matter what order I put this up in, because it's going to reference the key value pair. So as long as there's no conflicting key, you pretty much get to go. You can add whatever the hell you want in here. And then it'll just look it up as per the key and get the corresponding value. So I could just put anything. I could put this stuff at the top. It still wouldn't matter. All right. So I equals 4, IX is 10. Let's see. XL is 40, XC is 90, so XL is 40. XC is 90. XL, XC. Okay. XL, XC, CD, CM, CM. So CD is 400. Like CD-ROM. I'm from the 90s. We had CD-ROMs, right? And like floppies. I was like the last generation that had freaking floppies. Most of you guys don't even know what that is now, so I'm not even gonna get into it. It's like a square thing. That save sign that everyone sees with that little square. It looks like a video cassette. That's a floppy, bro. That's a floppy. And those had like bytes of memory. You can do anything with that. Okay. What do you do for the last thing? You don't have to put a comma. Okay, I don't want to get syntactically blocked, you know? So now I have my dictionary with all the possible combinations and edge cases that'll lead to a different number. Okay, so now the first thing I want to do is I want to, let's see if I can split. Split. So split. Is this a string? So now I can close the whiteboard. Now I close dictionaries. Now let's go. I just want to minimize the tabs I use. So this, see, okay, so your input's a string input, okay? So I can go length of a string. So let's just go from scratch. This is a from scratch kind of. So Python, check the length of a string, okay? Len function. How do you determine the length of a string in Python? LinkedIn. Oh my gosh, why don't I go to LinkedIn for length of a string? We go W3 schools, bro. W3. I didn't realize what W3 schools meant, and then I was just like www dot. That's probably why they did W3 schools. These guys are crafty, man. You guys are thinking ahead. Okay. 13. Does it count the space? 12. Yeah. So it counts basically every character, including blank spaces within this thing. So if I go I, run 3. That should give me 3. Yeah. Okay. So all I have to do is print len a. So length of string. Len str equals len of s, and that gives me a thing. So now I want to go so if we look at the way they're doing this here, they group from left to right basically. So I want to split my strings from left to right. So I can do it like this. So I want to get my length first of the string. Now I can create if statements, right? So if len underscore str is greater, no, if len str equals 1, do I want to split? So if len str equals 1, I could just search it. I could just search it in here, and it's guaranteed that s will be a valid Roman numeral. So I know for sure I'm going to get the right answer. So if len str equals 1, yeah, if len str, so length of the string equals 1, then return store how do I access elements from a dictionary? It's just going to be store, I think it is whatever the string is. So I just type in the string, so store s. Let's go to Python Playground. Let's try it out. Python Playground. So this is like a tool I use whenever I just want to conceptualize and see if what I think about, because like my brain is like a chef. Like I just have recipes like going on in my brain all the time. And sometimes I just need to like see if something works. So let's copy paste this dictionary. So I don't have to like remake a new one. I'm lazy as hell. Okay, so store. Store equals this. Doesn't matter the indent or whatever the hell. Hopefully the indent doesn't mess with it. Now I'm gonna go print. Let's just say s equals I. So now I go print store s 1. You see? And then if I change I, let's say to cm, 900. So basically I could just reference whatever's in here down here. So if the length is 1, let's go for it. If the length is 2, What do I want to do? Yeah, so if the length is 1, just get it. Get it from the thing. Because we know for sure it's going to be guaranteed valid. Right? If len str equals 2, so elif 2, and we know it's going to be greater than 1, so we don't have to plan for a case where there's no string, because it says constraints are 1 to 15, so we know for sure there's going to be at least 1 character. So that solves it here. Then I go length 2, if store I want to know if a string is iterable too, or if I have to actually turn it to array and then iterate it. Actually, no, I don't have to do that. Okay, so if stores, if the store has it, so if store s, return store s. So if it's in there, if the grouping is in this store as a whole string, return it. Else, I can go. So now that we know what we're doing here, we delete this. So looping in Python. Or no, I can go X in thing. So I just need to know what the characters are individually. So because it's just 2 characters. Because it could be 9 characters, right? And then like, I don't want to do each one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I could tally it up. And I can use that same logic. So it's going to be if, so let's go for loop and Python. I keep forgetting all the languages. But, okay, so for x in fruits. Okay, so for x in s. Boom. Print x. Boom. So I just want to see if it prints. Okay, so it goes through each letter as an iterable. So you don't have to convert this into an array. You just do it as is on the string. So what I'm going to do here for this is, so if it's not already a prepackaged item here in this length of 2, I could just make life easier for myself, but I don't want to do that. I want to make it hard. I was like, yeah, I could just make it like I3, and I could just do it here, like all these combinations. But it's like, why would you even want to do that when you can just like think outside the box and create a robust solution where you don't have to like strain your mind like that. So if it's already prepackaged, I want to go through it. So for x in, this is going to be O of n time to complete it, but at least, so else sum equals 0. And then I'll iterate. So for x in s sum plus equals x. Return sum. So basically what I'm saying is, like, if it's not prepackaged in here, then I just treat it as individual. So let's say, for example, if it's this 1-1 scenario where it's like 1, 1, I'm gonna go iterate 1. So I'll go 1, then 1, and add it to the sum. So 1, add to the sum is 1. 1 again, add to the sum. It's now 2, and then return 2. So that is going to be here. So if else, that's my elif statement for length equals 2. Now we're in a situation where we can kind of be creative a bit. All right, so now we get to 3. So anything pretty much beyond 3, this is where you don't really have like a quick fix. Because if you see here, the characters only go up to 2s. Because these are all the predestined combos that they gave us here. So I don't want to go beyond that because we're lazy, right? We want to find an easier way. So we're gonna only make special rules for characters that are greater than 2. So if we get 3 and s is a length of 3, so this is basically our else case, which is everything else. And we can say this also because we know for a fact it's always going to be valid according to the constraints here. Always check these constraints because this like pretty much makes your life as easy as it gets. It's only going to be confined to these characters, so you know it's always going to have something from here. So you know for sure if you at least iterate 1 by 1 through everything, you will 100% always have like either like individually you'll always have these letters. So you may not get the right answer, but you'll always get some sort of an output because you've listed them in your dictionary. Second thing is it's 1 to 15. So we know for sure, since we covered these two cases, it can only be 3 and above. And it's always going to be a valid Roman numeral. So it's guaranteed that S is a valid Roman numeral in the range of 1 to 3,999. So now I can pretty much lump all the lengths greater than 1 and 2 into this else statement. So now this is where the logic happens, where we have to either group and we would have to split the string. So to me now it makes sense to kind of split the string in 2s. Or if it's a this is where the logic gets kind of intricate. I don't know, maybe there's an easier way to do it. But I'm thinking like, if I split it in 2s, I check the dictionary to see if it's already a predestined combo. If not, then, let me see, so IV. I could just do that for 2s. So either A, I could split it in 2s. Actually, we already did this, right? So I could just do it like that. So it could be IV, IX, XI. But then there's like II, VV, and all those, right? So it's like, do I want to do that? No. So I'm just going to leave it simple for now. And then I can add these sub arrays of 2s individually and just go through that. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care about time complexity. I just want to solve. So what I'm going to do now is if the length is even, right? If the length is even, I can do this if the length is odd. So let's look at splitting strings. So let's talk about splitting a string. Split a string in Python. Specifies how many splits to do, which is all occurrences. Okay. One, two, three. Okay. I can go split a string. Split a string into characters. So Stack Overflow list. Okay, so you just turn it into a list. Okay. The other thing is, I'm trying to think if there's another way to do this. Okay, so string. Someone's probably has some super easy answer that I'm just not thinking about. But what if I go list? Okay, if I go list, I split it into individual characters. And then let's say if I know it's even, I can join it into twos. And then just go through the list of twos. If it's not in there, I just go by ones. If it is in there, just add it to a sum. How's this an easy question? Okay. It can't be longer than 15 characters. So I know for sure it's gonna be less than or equal to 15 characters. This is already like 6 inputs for 1994. It's gonna be in the range of 1 to 3,999. Oh, okay. There's another easier way to do this. I'm thinking if instead of going looking for what is there, I could look for what's not there. So what I'm thinking of is I go through, for example, I split it into twos, right? And if there's no pairings in there, if there's no pairings in there, then just go to the original list and then add the individuals. Let's see, IV4, XC, CMM. So it's always a grouping of twos is what they're telling me. How do I join an array? 1, new pairs. Join an array of strings. Python. Let's try this. Okay. Join method with sets. Okay. Join list with a space. It's already a string. Okay. Oh no, I'm stuck. I am stuck. Okay. I don't know how to solve it. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Let's take another crack at this. Okay. Because we're approaching 46 minutes. So if I can't figure something out in 4 minutes, I'm going to look at the solution. So let's say if it's even, so it'll be 5, 1. C is whatever it is, XM, CM, MCM. Can you add strings? I'm thinking that's another way to do it. Okay, so let's try this. For X in, now first I gotta turn this into a list. So I'm gonna go list. That's an array. It's gonna be a list of strings, so S. So now I go for letter in S, no, in array. For X in array. So that's just gonna signify my letter. I'm going through each letter in the array. I'm gonna create a sum first. So else sum, okay, sum right here. I'm going to create tote equals 0. I'm going to create sum within the loop equals 0. And then I'm going to say because this is going to go for X in array. And then I'm going to create something called string sum equals empty string. Okay. So first I'm going to go through each element in the array. So it's going to be, for example, X 0 string sum. I go through an embedded loop because it'll only go up to 15 characters max, so I'm not worried about time. if, so for each one I'm going to go sum I'm gonna have to separate some here as well. Okay. Sum equals this, and I'm gonna go str sum. I'm gonna take that out as well. Str sum. So 3 variables equals this. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is so as I go through each item, I want to add to the sum. So I'm gonna go str equals x, sum plus equals store and then I'm going to take the character from that array, so x. So plus equals store x. So I'm going to go with store x and put it in the sum. Put it in the sum. Clear about that. I'm putting it in the sum, not the total. So if I put it in the sum, it's just going to store it. Okay, cool. Right? Then I'm gonna go str underscore sum plus equals x. So you can add strings. Let's see if we can add strings in Python. This is like my ingenious way of solving it. There's probably some guy that's some genius that can do it a better way. I don't care, right? I just want to go from A to B and solve something. So let's go string. Let's go print. Let's go print. Print, and I just want to see if I can add strings. This plus A. Plus B. AB. Okay, so this is it. Okay, this is what I want to do now. This is pretty much my makeshift solution to solving this. Okay, so pretty much str sum x. Okay, so keep an eye on this, and we're keeping an eye on the sum. Okay, so first we go stores. So for each element in this iterative list of elements, so let's say we split this into a bunch of items. What I want to do is I want to first create a sum. Store x. So store is going to go through each individual character and add it to this sum. Fair? Now str sum is going to do the same thing. It's going to take whatever element is here and add it to the string. Now I'm going to add a clause here. If len str sum, because I want to only check pairs. If len str sum equals 2, equals 2 and stores, and it's contained in stores. So and stores str sum. So we check if item exists in Python. Check if a given key exists. So key in if store.keys, if key in store.keys. First d.getKey1, d.getKey2. If key in my dict. That's funny. If key in my dict, if key in and key in my dict equals true. Okay, so and str sum. So basically what I'm trying to say is I can just mimic it here in Python dictionary or whatever the hell this is called. So I'm gonna go store equals this, boom, A. If A in store. So if key is in my dict, print Yahoo. So look, a lot of this is just like feeling it out, testing it, trying what you want. Okay, so now let's do a conditional. So basically that's my conditional. Key in store. I'm just checking if it's in dictionary. So if it is here and so now that it's a length of 2 and str sum in store. So if it's a length of 2 and it's in store, then I just add the predefined length. So I add the predefined length to my total, not the sum. And then I just turn the sum to 0. You see what I'm trying to say? So I only care so if length str sum equals 2 and str sum is in store, then total plus equals store, and then I put str sum, because now we've confirmed that this is in store. So now I take stores, add it to the total. So now I have my value. You see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to see if there's a legitimate grouping that I can add to my total value here. Then I could take my sum and make it 0, str sum equals this. So now I reset these values for the next one. So basically all it's doing is checking if there's a grouping, else I can add it to total. So I'm basically checking every 2. The only tricky part is at the end. Sum plus store x. Sum plus store x. So let's say I go through, let's just quickly run it through. I go through I, V, check, boom. X, C, check, boom. MC check, boom, that's done. Then I get to M, the last one. And then if thing is in stores, and then if it's 2, so I could just do an elif. So if it's the length 2, okay, do this, and then if it's length 2, and then if else is only triggered if the length is 2 and in store. If it's not 2, it's just going to do the else statement. I want to prevent it from adding individual characters. So I'm going to go if length equals 2 and in store add else. Yeah, add to total. Else I want it to accumulate in sum. So what if it's like I, for example? If we go I, it's already accumulated, but it's not in store. Length is 2, not in store. I want to technically add that. So I'm basically resetting, adding to total. It goes to, so now the total is increased by the correct amount. Let's say the length is 2. Okay, so I could just go else length is 2, elif. So elif, and if the length is 2, I just add the sum to total. And then I want to add it in reverse. Not the other way around, because it's going to start here and go backwards. So ARR dot reverse, boom. Elif len sum So first I go here, then I go here, tote plus equals sum, and sum equals 0, str, sum equals thing. So I reset it either way. So if it's 2, whenever it's 2, I basically just reset it. And then last but not least, and then I can continue the loop. Continue. Continue, so I don't end up going through another iteration. Then I could just add str sum to the sum, to the total. So I could just add total sum. That way, now if I hit any of these two base cases, the if for elif, if it's sign store add, if it's thing add, it's gonna. No, the only thing is, on the first one, it's not going to meet this condition. It's not going to meet this condition. I'm only doing this for the last one. And then elif, or I could just say elif, check index of item in Python. So basically, if it's the last one, this is me just like fudging things. Animals index dog, so index equals animals index of dog, output 1. So basically, if I'm just having fun with this, index animals.index, and I'm gonna try it on here. So if I want to reverse the string, and it's an index now, so r reverse, so index, so r dot index if r dot index and then it's going to be x equals len if it's the last index, just add it. So basically, I'm going through groupings of 2. If I get the last one, just add it. Screw it. And that's my solution, pretty much. AR index x, dog index, boom, equals len str sum. Oh wait, why am I doing len str sum? I gotta do len r. So length of the array minus 1. So see if it's the final index, then I just go total plus equals tote plus equals store x. Or I could just add sum. Yeah, store plus equals sum. So then, and then I can return tote right here. Let's see if this works. This is so long for a solution. No. Return outside function, line 20. Okay, return is outside function. How's it outside the function? Oh, def. These indents are all in here. So store len. Okay, so basically I have to indent this whole thing. Boom. Let's try it now. Python's like finicky like that. You have to indent everything. All my logic's in this statement here, so. What? None is not valid for type integer. So if it's past the base case, if n equals 1, boom. If n equals 3, boom. Return sum. And then if it gets to base case, I go through all these. Okay. So str plus is not valid for type integer. Let's paste in ChatGPT. How many hours? Okay, I've already gone past an hour. So let's take the logic. Just paste it in here. Let's see what is going on here. Cause a few issues, adjust use the function. Store defines ix as 10 instead of 9. Store defines ix as 10 instead of 9. Similarly, in the elif block for, which is incorrect because s might not be a key in stores. Okay, so without actually looking at their solution, I'm just gonna go here. So x iv is actually 9. Okay, that's 1. Len stores. Oh, I put s stores. Okay, so I have to check if s. So if s in store, return stores s. Let's try that. Why? Because I'm basically checking if the key's in store. str sum. Let's try this. The elif len str equals 2 block tries to iterate over the string and add character values directly, which is incorrect. Oh, is it because the string is immutable? Solve using my method. Let's see. Correct my logic in code and keep the same not creating a solution. I just want to see what I did wrong in my code, that's why. Let's correct your logic while keeping the original code. Okay, cool. Blah blah blah, lingus CR, boom. Okay, cool. Let's reverse. Okay, what does it do here? This is all the same. Oh, okay. That's why. You can't use a for loop and then add it, I guess. You have to use the actual, the reason it didn't work, but the logic was correct, was because you can't actually add the iteratives of this for loop. So the for loop goes through each character, but you can't actually add that to strings. You have to actually take an index. You can only add indexes. You can't add the for loop strings. So basically, if you want to do it in a certain way, you have to go for I in range 0 to length thing. See what I'm trying to say? So if I go here, and I want to keep the for loop, you see I have X here? So I have to go X in range 0 to len R. So basically if I go X in range 0 to len R, what I'm doing here is, see, this is another Python thing. I would have solved it if it wasn't like that. So like pretty much they only changed whatever was in the last part. So for X in range thing, len R, store X. For X in range R, store X. So it'll be store. You see how it's like thing? It's gonna be ARR. You have to reference the index of X now instead of referencing the actual value. So this will be ARR X. It'll be plus ARR X again. And anytime you have X, it's got to be ARR of X. Because you have to get the value at that index, which is what you're allowed to add. That's mutable or something. I think the way I was doing it before was immutable. Let's try it now. Zero is not on the list. Oh, okay. So ARR. So now I actually have the index. So if X equals X is the index equals length of array minus 1, then it's a thing. Okay. So we got something working. 56, 58. The output is thing. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. LV. L. I want to go like this. Boom. Boom. So VI. VI. I is going to be another duration and L. This was the test case that failed, and then what else? So there's got to be a tweak here. Okay, so now let's see what I did here. So fix the sum correctly, handle the subtract. Okay. Do it using a for loop the way I did it. I just want to see what's wrong with the logic. What did I do wrong here? Okay, let's go here. I just want to work through it so I understand how to do it properly next time. So ARRX, STR sum. What did they do here? What did ChatGPT do here? ARX plus STR sum. Okay. I did plus equals, so they just rewrote it. Okay. STR equals 2 and sum in stores. And sum in stores. Total plus equals thing reset. Okay, so this is the same convention that I had. Elif equals 2. Sum minus. Total equals sum minus store AX. Sum equals store ARRX. STR equals sum equals ARX. And then if length of the array x is equal to the final total plus equals sum, return total. Okay. What if I just take out the return statement? I'm always a fan of just seeing how my code works, and then I can look at the solution after, like the conventional solutions, or someone does it like in a super efficient way. So store x, because that way I can figure out the flaw in my logic, and then I could see someone's better logic after. Okay, so stores some. What do we got here? For the most part, I had the right idea. It's just that all these little edge cases are coming up. Len str sum equals 2, and in store. Str sum in store. Okay, yep. So he used my logic, or ChatGPT used it. For x and range 0 length. Okay, so now I can add it because I'm using for loop. Sort total equals sum. Sum minus the store. ARRX sum equals store at the index. Why? Sum's 0 right now. Let's check this. I just want to get this right. Why can't I use this logic? Handling strsum. Ensure strsum is built correctly to check for subtractive combinations. Okay. We don't need to subtract anything because the subtractive combinations are already in the dict. So yeah, that's the part that's confusing me. Why do we have to do that if we already have it? So I have it here, boom, ARX plus sum. If it's 2 and in stores, add it. If it's 2, if it's a pair, add it to total, no questions asked. If it's not a pair and it's 2, it just says add strsum. Add strsum 1. What does that mean? strsum isn't an array. It's an actual. Oh, add string sum. Okay, add string sum 1, 0, 1. Okay. Add that to total. And then oh, because the 0 would just be added. I guess this way it always keeps that one character till the end. I don't get this part completely. Let's read it. Okay. If the input string has only one character, it returns value directly from the dictionary. If two characters, check if the string itself is in the dictionary. If not, sum the individual characters. Okay, cool. For strings longer than two characters, reverse the string, iterate over it. Okay, construct str_sum to check for subtractive combinations. Yes. If a subtractive combination is found, add its value to total. Reset sum and str_sum. Okay, so that's good. That's what I wanted. If str_sum is not a subtractive combination but still has two characters, add the value of the last character total and reset str_sum to the current character. Okay. Let's whiteboard it. Boom. Eraser. This is not an easy question. This takes so much work. Okay, so let's go boom, A, B. So add the last character to total. Okay, so total store sum 1. Add any remaining sum to total. Yeah, this part is still confusing. Solve it simpler. Oops. It's confusing, solve it simpler. Keep my original solution, just simplify this part. See, this is the annoying part with ChatGPT. It doesn't do exactly what I want it to do. Copy. Use this solution. Just simplify this part. I just want to see. So stum equals store arx. Okay. You add it. What if it's not in there? Okay, let's actually just take that logic then and apply it. Let's see if it works, first of all. I want to see if that works. Run. No, it doesn't even work. Okay, let's look at the sublist. Solve it simply. Solve it similar to my way, as simple as possible. For I in range thing, I is greater than 0. Okay, so you reverse it. They still reverse it. So then, and if I is greater than 0, so it's 1, I minus 1 is 0, and 1. If that's in store, add to the total. And then reset ARI plus 1. Okay, that actually kind of makes sense. I would simplify that, but it's basically saying if you just go, you look at the index before and after, and then you go into the array 0 and 1. Let's see this, and then let's look at solutions. I'm actually sleepy as hell now. This does the exact same thing as me. This looks like a way easier way to do it. Okay, so s, well, I plus 1 is less than len s. Okay, cool. And si to I plus 2 okay, because it's not inclusive, I guess, is in store total, and then you iterate plus 2. You move up 2. Else, if it's not a predefined thing, just add to the total and increment by 1. Actually, this is the best way to solve it, but it still uses a similar approach. It's just that I overcomplicated it. It's basically saying total 0, I is 0, uses a while loop, indefinitely keep going. If I is less than len s, so basically you want it to go to the last element of the array, because you don't want it to be equal to len s, you want it to be less than. So it goes to the last element of the array. If I plus 1 is less than len s, and so this kind of also handles the final one. So if it's less than len s, if I plus 1 is less than len s, and that way you're just going on the string, you're not actually doing anything. So stores I to I plus 2. So now you're treating it as a whole string, so you don't actually have to treat it as an array of individual characters anymore. So it's just saying from, let's say it's going to be I, so like let's say I is going to be 0 now. So 0 to 0 plus 2. If you go to this range, so let's go to Python Playground real quick. Let's understand how they're doing this, and then let's call it a night. S equals some gibberish, and then if I go, let's close the whiteboard. If I go to this portion here, what's going on? What is going on? Oh, ChatGPT, I closed that. Okay, so I have to go back to there. Good thing about ChatGPT is it saves whatever you just did. So here, if I go here, go code playground, I can mimic whatever's here. So let's say, for example, argument sake 0 to 2. S. Oh wait. I was going to Scotia Bank. What the hell? S. So print S. 0 to 2. Boom, SA. So 0, 1, 2. So it goes to whatever this is minus 1. See what just happened there? It goes to whatever this is minus 1. So it's not inclusive of where it's going. So if 0 to 2 characters forward is in the array, so it goes 0, 1, 2. So it's going up to 1. So if 0 and 1 are in store, add it to total and increment it plus 2. So now we take it directly from I being 0 to I equals 2. So you go to this point that you omitted. Else, just add 1 to the total and then keep going. So this is kind of the logic I was going for. It's just that I got lost in the sauce. So what I'll do here now is take that, Control C, boom. Sometimes it's a lot simpler than, look how much extra logic I added with all this base case crap. Sometimes you don't need to over-engineer, you just under-engineer. Things just work out. So let's run that. Boom. See, it worked, and now we can submit it. So basically, I should have just simplified. I got really fancy and started doing base cases and all that stuff. All you have to do is just be aware of where your index is and just add it to the total. So with that, even though I didn't actually solve it, we learned something today. Maybe I can use this for a future video and solve it in a simpler manner. Anyways, thanks for stopping by the Canologist. Your boy Cane Pear is out.